So very good morning and welcome to this course on operations management. And here we're going to see a topic from Introduction to Operations Management. And the topic today is going to be historical development of operations management. So let us get into this topic and understand deeply what it's all about. So this is going to be the topic which I'm going to share today. Uh, yeah. So so this is going to be the contents today. So we're going to see on introduction. We're going to see the stage one, the craft, the pre-industrial area, where it was actually primarily craft, and we're going to see the stage two, where it is actually the industrial revolution, which started 1760 to 1900. And now we move to the stage three, the scientific management, where 1900 to 1930. 1900 to 1930, and the stage four, where the assembly line came into that picture, Ford being a very prominent example of that, 1910s. And stage five, human relationships came into the aspect because manpower came to be treated as very, very important from this particular stage onwards. The stage six involved operations research, where a lot of quantitative techniques got applied into the various areas of operations. And then stage seven, the quality movement started coming in the 1950s to 80s. And stage eight, where the concept of lean and just in time actually started coming in the 1970s to 90s. And stage nine, globalization and supply chain, where businesses started doing businesses outside the companies started doing business outside the country in a very massive scale. Economies opened up. And stage T, we are at digital and smart operations, and we are at the critical age of AI. So this is actually the evolution summary, and we go to conclude it. So operations management, so actually has evolved considerably over the time due to the changes in industry as well as technological and managerial changes. And from a craft production, we are now driven to artificial intelligence driven smart factories. So today, if you see factories, there are factories where they are completely workerless, completely driven by automation using artificial intelligence. The focus has shifted from today. Earlier, the focus was on output and on quantity and on efficiency. Again, there's a shift towards quality, and again, there's a shift towards flexibility. And today, it is all about digital intelligence. So this is actually the shift. Now, when you talk about the first stage, the craft production, the pre-industrial era, it was before the 18th century. Then it was primarily there was artisans who were actually skilled and they produced the goods manually using hands. And the features of it, it was customized as per the customer, but we cannot produce high volume because of the time as well as constraints and high cost. It was also high cost because uh, it was actually limited production. And for example, if you talk about handmade furnitures and tools, and it was actually the limitation was no standardization and very slow production. Now, stage two, where the industrial revolution came in between 1760 and 1900, where the machines and factories got introduced, and then now this is the stage where you had the steam power and mechanization started coming in, and there was also the clear division of letter of who to do what, like supervisors, managers, so workmen, like that. Then we had this mass production, and then example textile industry. So the impact was increased output, and the manual effort got reduced. Now, stage three was the scientific management, 1900 to 1930s, where the father of the scientific management, we can quote one person called Mr. Frederick W. Taylor. So, where he introduced the time and motion studies for work measurement. Then the tasks were also standardized. So, that process also was set in motion. And then further techniques for improvement of the efficiency came in. And then the compensation, the wages based were actually started designing based on the performance based. And other contributors, if we talk about Frank and Lillian Gibran and Henry Chart. So these were apart from the Frederick Territorial, these were the other contributors. And then stage four, where we had the assembly line production coming into the picture in the 1910s. So Henry Ford was a pioneer in that, and the assembly line came into the concept. And then where we had standardized products, and then were able to produce mass production at a very considerably low cost, and then also time also reduced drastically. So this is actually the birth of modern manufacturing system. And stage 5, the human relationship management, 1930 to 50. Where the shift was from the machine to the peoples, where the importance of worker motivations came into the picture, social and psychological factors came into the picture, and employee welfare improves the productivity. And stage 6, the operations research came into the picture, 1940s to 1960s, developed during the World War II, and use of mathematics and statistics came into the picture. The examples like linear programming, queuing theory, and inventory models. So then the decision making actually involved a lot of quantitative mathematical models in terms of operations management. And then stage 7, we had this quality movement of 1950s to 80s. So these are the key contributors: Edward Deming, Joseph Juran, and Karl Ishikawa. Concepts were the total quality management, statistical quality control, and continuous improvement Kaizen. So the stage 8 was a lean and a just-in-time 1970s to 19 stage, where the focus was on actually elimination of waste and then just-in-time and small batch production and full system. So then they led to higher efficiency and lower inventory. Stage 7 was a globalization where he had concepts like global sourcing, ERP systems, and stage 10 currently where we are, and the big focus is on artificial intelligence and automation, digital trends, industry, IoT, and all. So this is actually the evolution from the craft to the digital medium, from custom work to automation we have evolved. And this is the importance where the shift was from labor to machines to data, and also currently there's a tremendous improvement in efficiency and quality. So today operations management is involved from manual craftsman to AI-enabled smart systems, making it one of the most dynamic fields of management. So thank you very much for patiently listening. Thank you all.